folks, hope you're all doing well. I can't believe that is another month been and gone, so we're back here to do our what we're planting in April video. I've got a cup of tea, and I think you can probably just see down here we've got the cat as well hanging around keeping us company. So we'll have a drink and then we'll get cracking with what these seeds are that we're going to start doing this month. As always, bit of a warning about the weather still at this time of year. A couple of weeks ago, it was absolutely beautiful outside. One of the videos that I did, I even got sunburnt in because I've been up at the plot all day. But today, temperature's right back down again. We've even had hailstones this afternoon. So some of those little tender plants and things like that, you still need to be careful with what you're planting out at this time of year. So one to be wary of. I'm as keen as mustard to start getting the stuff on the go and get it out. But what I don't want to do is waste a load of time and money in getting things grown and then putting them out and us getting a sneaky little ninja frost coming in there and killing things off. The next week, probably sort of to 10 days up here, we've got really low temperatures forecast with down to sort of 1 degrees overnight for a good few days, and it's only once after that you start to see the temperatures creep back up again. Anyway, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's get on with the sort of things we're going to be planting this month, and I'll start with the tomatoes. So you may remember we got some tomatoes planted last month. We've got a couple of different varieties this month as well. We've got these ones, which are the San Marzano ones. They're nice big sort of plum tomatoes, great for making pizza sauces and things like that with. And something a little bit different, this one's called Black Prince. As the name suggests, it's a very dark coloured tomato, one for more sort of your salads and things like that, as opposed to putting into sauces. The thing with the tomatoes is, I could very easily chuck them all in the propagator, get them all on the go at once and get them grown. But again, talking about those frosts and things like that, if anything ever comes in and damages those plants or wipes them out, growing them in stages, you've got that succession of stuff to bring in at different times of the year. So if something bad does happen to those plants that are there, you've still got other ones that you can bring out and replace them with. So that's the tomatoes. What else have we got? I shouldn't bang on the bench. That makes an awful noise on the microphone when I do that. I've noticed whenever I sort of dunch this bench with my hands on my elbows, it really reverberates around and goes in there. So I'll try not to do that for you. Following swiftly on from the tomatoes are these cucumbers. So we've got 3 different varieties of cucumber we're going for here. This one's Masterpiece. That's pretty much your bog standard cucumber there. This one's Ridge. Again, quite similar to the Masterpiece one. A little bit more sort of prickly sort of size, this one. Great for us. And last one are these ones that we saw from Nigel at the Muddy Boots channel there. I'll put a link to his channel down below if anybody wants to go and have a look. And these are called Mini Munch, and they are tiny little cucumbers, great for popping lunch boxes and things like that. So we're going to grow some of them as well. The thing with the tomatoes and the cucumbers, we have ordered a new polytunnel. So keep up to date with the channel. If you want to give us a like and a subscribe, hit the little bell and things like that, and you'll get a notification when new videos come out. So we've prepared the ground. The new polytunnel's been ordered. I'm just waiting notification of when it's going to be delivered, and then we're going to get that built. That's guaranteed to be some comedy gold there, me trying to build a polytunnel. So if you want a good laugh, keep up to date with those videos. Anyway, back to business. Let's see what else we've got this month. 2 different types of turnip. This one here is your traditional sort of purple top one that you're probably used to seeing in the supermarkets and so forth. And this one here is one called Snowball. We had great success with the Snowball ones last year. They're brilliant, sort of eaten raw and sort of snack size. They were absolutely fab, so we're going to grow some of them again. If ever you want a good laugh, go into one of the Allotment's Facebook groups and suggest that a Swede is a turnip or a turnip is a Swede, and then just sit back and relax and watch all the comments coming forward. There's a lot of very passionate people out there who like to tell you about the differences between seeds and turnips. Swedes and turnips, not seeds and turnips. They're seeds, they're turnips. I'll give in. What else have I got? We're going to do some more lettuce. So we've got loads of lettuce on the go already, but they're the sort of hearting lettuces. So we've got some little gems and we've got some icebergs on the go. So once they're picked, obviously they'll not sort of come again. This one here is just a bog standard sort of salad bowl mix, as it's called, and that'll produce that pick and come again leaves. So as we're going through the air, picking them off, the lettuce is still there, it's still going to keep growing, so you've got that constant source of leaves still coming. Whereas the other ones, the hearted ones, you pick them and they're done. Next up, more beetroots. I think I said last time we use a lot of beetroot It's great for preserving, making in the pickle and stuff like that. We've got some of the Bolt Hardy F1 on the go. That's probably the only one you want to plant in the cold weather. But as this month goes on and those temperatures creep up, we've got this one here, which is the Courgettes, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, but that's the one that looks really cool. It's got the sort of little stripes on the inside. One thing though about that one is, once you cook it or once you pickle it, those really cool looking stripes will just disappear and it'll just go a sort of purpley kind of colour because the dye in the beetroot runs into the white stripes. Oh, what else do we have? Courgettes. These will probably depend on the weather. So these are right at the end of the month, possibly into next month, depending on whether it picks up when it gets a bit warm or not. Courgette, we had great success again with the courgettes last year. You know, again, I talk about allotment Facebook groups. Go in and call a marrow a courgette, and you'll have a great laugh at that as well with the comments coming. A lot of people seem to get very passionate. And in case you can't hear that, that's the hailstone starting again. It's just by great timing to tell you about the weather. Hopefully the sound's not going to be too bad because we've got skylights here, so you'll hear the hailstones rattling off them. But I'll keep going anyway. So yeah, courgettes, two different types. Traditional courgettes, the green one, absolutely brilliant. And we're going to try some gold ones this year. Just a slightly different flavour, a different look, but we cook them again into loads of different stuff. So looking forward to getting those on the go. Oh, peas. So we've got some Kelvin Wonder peas. That's a great standard run-of-the-mill pea. We've got the new pea and bean area built at the allotment there. We've got all the broad beans in. Next to go in is going to be some peas. Again, these are probably going to be ones maybe a little bit later in the month, maybe it's about the 3rd week of April we're going to start planting the peas and getting them on the go. One thing I'm thinking about doing is making a pea teepee. So I don't know if you've seen that before, where you create a sort of round base and then you grow the peas up the side and a little entrance at the front. So when young Robbie comes up to the allotment, he's got a little sort of tent that he can hide out in there, and it's all made out of peas. So that might look quite cool. It sounds like a good idea, nice and easy and straightforward. It might be a bit difficult though, but we'll give it a go. We've got nothing to lose. Well, a bit noisy. What else have we got? Parsnips. I'm thinking about giving some parsnips a go. This is actually seed tape that we got free with something. I've never used a seed tape before, and it is what it sounds like. It's just a big long tape with a seed stuck to it. So instead of creating a drill and sort of sprinkling your seeds in, you just create the drill and put the tape in, and all the seeds are on it. So we'll give them a bash, see if we can get some grown. These take ages to grow, so we'll be looking for these to be ready towards sort of Christmas time, ready for Christmas dinner. So we might give them a shot. Coming down towards the end, you'll be glad to know. Carrots, I'm maybe pushing my luck a little bit with the carrots. These ones are a variety called Flyaway, and again, they were great last year. I've got a bit of prep work to do on the soil. I need to get nice and fine, so there's no sort of lumps and bumps in there to make your carrots sort of fork off and go into loads of funny different shapes. So that's one job that needs to be done first. Temperature wise, weather wise, I'm maybe pushing it a wee bit with the carrots, but I do have some fleece, some sort of cloth up at the allotment. So if I sow the carrots up there, I'll probably cover them over till I start to see them come up, maybe it's in the May sort of time. But that's probably going to be on the list. I'll probably give in and actually do them, even though I'll not take my own advice and wait for the weather. I'll not be able to resist, and I'll end up getting on with the carrots. Coming down to the end of veggies here, purple sprout and broccoli. About time to get that on the go as well. So we'll plant them. And last but not least, I'm getting muddled up because I almost said last but not leaks. I should have said that. That would have been good. But we've got some leeks here. The blue dissolés, if I pronounce that properly. Just another different variety of leeks to grow out. You probably can't see them, but on the window ledge over there, I've got some leeks on the go already. So again, it's that sort of succession planting kind of thing going on. We're not putting all our eggs in one basket, sticking them all out at one time a year, because if you get any sort of pests or anything that might damage them or do something or do some harm, we've still got something else out, something ready to go to replace them with if that ever happens. And if that doesn't happen, well, we just have to find more space and put them out. Last but not least, one thing that we always do is grow flowers in the allotment. It encourages the bees and other sorts of pollinators to come along, which the vegetables need to get them growing as well. So we've got 3 different types that we're doing this time. We've got some more marigolds here. So we've already got some firecracker marigolds on the go, and these ones are called Mr. Majestic, so we'll get them started as well. Marigolds are great little flowers. The one thing that's really good about them if you interplant them around certain vegetables like the peas and things like that I was mentioning before, they've got a really strong smell and it puts off any sort of black fly, any sort of pests like that, and keeps them away from your crops. I'm a big fan of marigolds. We've also got some straw flower here. I don't know if you've seen these ones before, but just looking in this packet, by the way, there's loads of seeds in there. They've been measured as 2 grams of seeds, and there's absolutely blooming millions of them, so we'll be growing loads of these. But these are a really big open-topped sort of flower. I like to grow different shapes, different types of flowers because of the different pollinators and the different size of bees and things like that. So if you've got a really big bee, they can't come along and get inside your really small, intricate flowers like dahlias or something like that, where there's loads of little bits to it. So I like to grow some big open wide flowers as well. So sunflowers are a really good example of that. But these ones as well, the straw flowers, a nice open top, so the big bees and the bigger pollinators can get in there and get what they need. And last but not least, this one here is called Morning Glory. I think the least to say about that one, the better. No pun intended. Again, another great looking flower with a nice big open top. So we'll get some of them growing, and we'll interplant them. We do have a separate flower bed on the allotment, but they also get interplanted within different crops and things like that as well. Anyway, that's about it for now. Inevitably, I will end up buying more seeds during the month, and I'll have different things to grow that I've not mentioned here. Like I mentioned before as well, we've got a really busy month coming up in April. Loads of little jobs to get on with at the allotment, and the one main thing is that polytunnel build. So that's on order. Say just waiting for it to come along. So keep up to date with what we're doing. See that polytunnel get built. All those little tomatoes, aubergines, peppers and things you've seen in the previous videos, they're all growing nicely now. They're all desperate to start thinking about getting them transferred up there. Again, temperature's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. So hopefully the next few weeks we'll get that built and we'll get stuff up there. Right, that's all from me for now, folks. I'm going to go off and enjoy the rest of this cup of tea. Yorkshire Gold, by the way, brilliant tea. So enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye for now.